Are you tired of scenic drives? Does the relaxing rhythm of the open road just put you to sleep? Then, boy, have we got the lane for you. Introducing the all new Left Lane Leisure Lounge. That's right, folks. The Left Lane Leisure Lounge is your one stop shop for relaxation on the go. Forget the hustle and bustle of the passing lane. Here in the Left Lane Leisure Lounge, you can set your cruise control to casual and soak in the sights, like the back of a minivan 2 miles ahead of you. Don't worry about pesky speed limits or those aggressive yahoos behind you. In the Left Lane Leisure Lounge, everyone's a winner, especially when they take the exit they missed because you were enjoying the view. So kick back, grab a sweet tea, and let your world pass you by slowly. Because in the Left Lane Leisure Lounge, the only thing moving faster than molasses is your blood pressure. The Left Lane Leisure Lounge, it's not a lane, it's a lifestyle. But seriously, folks, don't be that driver. The left lane is for passing, not relaxing. This message brought to you by drivers who don't like being stuck behind you. We recommend using all lanes appropriately to keep traffic flowing smoothly.
I go ham on a bullet beat combined to Il Brio. Call the homies up and make tracks with my people. Cause when we join forces, we know that he is with us. We talk to him and keep a strong witness. So when I say I'ma take you to church, I really take you to church. With every poem that I write, it's much deeper than a verse. Just to let you know, you can have what we have. In the place we call him up and speak with our dad. Cause truth is, he's just waiting on us to take a moment and be.
You gotta love those left lane drivers, especially here in Colorado. Welcome to episode 13, sir.
13, my friend, 13. Lucky 13.
Season finale. We got a big show ahead.
Man.
We got a big show ahead today.
You know, I'm excited as long as we waited for this crap.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to reveal our Ancestry DNA blindly, I guess you could say.
Prove to you just how much of a mutt that I am.
Yeah, you're going to be straight from Africa. That's what I expect.
Heinz 57.
Minus 57.
Heinz 57.
I was like, what? Heinz 57. Some steak sauce.
57 different ingredients.
That's it. But first on the agenda, I took some Colorado adventures, dude.
Tell us where you went, man. I'm excited to hear about it.
Yeah, so you were saying, a couple weeks ago how you went down the Alamosa route through southwest Colorado over Pagosa Springs. So I headed down that way as well. And I took my daughter towards the Great Sand Dunes. And so if you don't know where the Great Sand Dunes is, it's just north of Alamosa, Colorado, not far at all. But on the road there is this waterfall. It's called Zapata Falls. And it's a right turn right off the highway as you're heading right towards the sand dunes, and you climb up this mountain. And I told my daughter, I was like, we got to go try this. I've been seeing videos all over the place of this. And it's a really short hike. It's a mile in and out, so a mile total back. So I parked the truck, we go up like half a mile, come back.
Right.
And this was over, I think it was just after Memorial Day weekend. It was the following weekend. And seeing all these videos, and I'm telling my daughter, like, we got to go see this waterfall. And she's like, yeah, I want to go on this hike. So we get there, we park, we start hiking up. Really easy hike, man. Really fun, really fast. And we get there, and you can hear the water rushing, as you're walking up. The closer you get, you can hear the waterfall coming through. And I know it's that time of year in Colorado, runoff starting, right? We're getting there.
And get into the hot weather and ice starts melting.
Well, I've seen videos like the week or two prior, and there's still snow that people are walking on in this little canyon. You got to go see this waterfall. So you're actually walking on the river full of ice because the sun doesn't hit in there because this canyon is so narrow. So people have to literally like walk on ice to get up there and see it. And you see these videos and they're amazing. So we get back there and we get to this, I'm going to call it a creek. It's not a river, but this creek is flowing, dude. It is flowing. And I'm like, this is not like the videos, but I kind of expected it, being June. I was kind of hopeful it hadn't started yet. And I look at Lil and I'm looking at these people and I'm going, we're going to get wet today. We're here. We're here, you know? And she looks at me going, I don't want to get wet, Dad. I don't want to get wet. I'm like, come on, you only live once. We came to see this waterfall. We're going. And she's like, okay. So we came with our hiking shoes. And I'm trying to like plan this out. I'm talking to people because there's a whole bunch of people there that want to see it. And I'm trying to like figure out like how far it is up this creek because you can't see it when you get to the stopping point.
Right.
And I'm trying to feel it out, see these people because I see them walking in the creek. I see them climbing across the rock walls, and I'm like, I can't climb across the rock wall with her and not worry about me falling and then her falling. And so they're like, yeah, it's just up around that corner. That's it. And so I'm like, and they're like, if you want to see it, you're going to have to get wet. There's no avoiding it right now. So I'm like, all right. So we walk up, we get in the creek, and I go first. It's not deep, but it is ice cold, bud. It is ice cold.
Oh, I bet.
And so we get going, and she's just holding my hand, and we're going slow. And it gets to a place where it's about, I don't know, knee deep on me. And that's probably about waist deep for her. There was just one little hole, so I had to pick her up. And I'm like just walking through, and it's got river rock and everything. We get to this one little ledge that you got to climb up on, and it's a platform that's there. And I'm like, here, stand here. And both of our feet are just numb. It's like we just took a cold water.
And you're talking, it's probably a good 3 feet deep at least.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's like, no, it wasn't 3 feet because it wasn't up past my knees. But I mean, let's call it 2. And she's like, Dad, I can't feel my toes. And I'm like, all right, just sit here. We take off our shoes, and our shoes are waterproof, hiking shoes. So they're full of water that just aren't draining out. So we pull off our shoes real quick to gain some feeling in our toes, dump out a half gallon of water out of our shoes. And she's like, all right, I'm ready. And we walk up, and then there's this waterfall, man, and it's in a canyon. It's in this canyon. It's a dark canyon. It's cold, and there's still snow on the side of this canyon. It's basically a glacier. Really cool. So, I mean, it's if you're a waterfall viewer, it's a good appreciation for waterfalls for sure.
That's a gorgeous area anyway, too, with the snowy peaks and a little bit of desert in there.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's something you just wouldn't expect in that area. And it's just a cool little canyon, cool little waterfall. I mean, definitely I would go see it again. I'd probably wait until like August the next time when the water goes down a little bit.
Yeah.
But still probably
did you mess around at the dunes at all?
Yeah, so we hiked out of there, and that was plan 2, part B. And so we hiked out. And then so that was the second part because these were 2 things on the bucket list. And we got back to the truck because it was only like a 10-minute hike up and 10-minute hike down. Got back to the truck, and we drove into the sand dunes.
Nice.
And so the sand dunes, I think it's like $25 a car. You go in, and it's good for 7 days. And have you ever been? I know we've talked about it. I don't remember if you've been or not.
Yeah, I've been a few times.
Mm-hmm. And you get to the parking lot. You remember the parking lot? And I got a nice parking lot. And that's the other thing I wanted to see because Medano Creek, I think is how you say it, was running.
Yeah, Medano.
What? Medano?
Medano,
yes. Medano Creek was running, and that was on the bucket list. And so we get out, and it's like beach sand, man. It's like being at the beach, water running through, and we're just playing in the water, running through the water. And the water is warm there, and I think it's so warm, and I think that's just because of the beach sand or the sand in the dunes.
Yeah.
And I mean, she played for hours in there, and what a cool experience, though. And if I had to do it again, though, I would stop at the rental shop and get one of those the boards for the sand so we could do it again. So that's the next goal. or bring my own sled. But I guess the boards, I guess they put like a special wax on them so you can slide down the dunes when you're going.
Oh yeah, people do that a lot.
Yeah, so that'll be the next adventure when we go. But we played in that sand and that water for hours on end. Highly recommend.
So when you went down there, did you go through down into Walsenburg on I-25 and then hang a right down out toward Alamosa?
I did.
So did you went past that big volcanic plug on the left side there on I-25 right outside of Walsenburg?
Yeah, I was telling my daughter about that. I was like, that's one of the volcanoes in Colorado.
Colorado trivia, name the landmark.
Ooh, I looked it up too. I don't remember.
Huerfano Butte.
And there's a pull off right there.
There it is. You can hike up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard it's a snake pit.
Oh, I could believe that. What do you know of the only active volcano in Colorado?
I don't.
.0 or .0.
Where's that?
Right there off I-70
Where's
before Glenwood.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that's
it.
It kind of follows the Colorado River down in that area where the Colorado River meets I-70.
Very cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that drive out to the dunes is it's nice, and then you go through a point when you're going through like Alamosa, and Alamosa's not much really to see, but once you get past that, it gets kind of nice.
I've only been out that way once. I was by myself going out there, but I came down 285 from that way, and the route down 285 is also really cool as well. That's just
I bet you it probably is.
That's just a little bit of a longer trip, so it's faster to come down I-25. But the 285 route is very scenic.
We the last time we were down that way, we went to before I had an RV, so Tina and I went tent camping down there, and
in Alamosa.
We had it in the sand dunes.
Okay.
And we had it like 2 weeks out, and I was telling her, I said, man, I was reading an article that they have camel spiders down there, just like in Iraq now, since everybody's coming back from Iraq. They're invasive species. So we get down there, and it like 2 weeks had gone by, and we're with a couple friends, and she's telling them, yeah, you better make sure your tent's zipped up tight and put your shoes inside at night, because they got the camel spiders down here real bad. And these people are looking at her like, what? Yeah. I say, oh my God, dude, I lost it when I remembered what she was talking about. And I was like, they don't really. I was just messing with you.
Yeah, and you're not a spider guy.
No. But I will tell you that it gets colder than hell down there at night.
I believe it.
It does not stay warm. I mean, we were sleeping in the tent, and it got to be about 28, 29 degrees maybe.
No, that's perfect for you. You sleep with the windows open in the wintertime.
That's too cold. Too cold for tent camping.
Too cold.
It was fun anyway.
Well, you ready to get to that reveal?
I am. I'm going to go ahead and say that it kind of went the way I thought it would.
Well,
except for a couple parts.
Yeah, well, we're going to reveal that right after this message.
Hey there, We Stand Corrected podcast aficionados. Are you tired of missing out on the juicy details of your favorite shows? Do you find yourself constantly asking, what did they say? Well, fear not, because we've got the solution for you. Introducing CHS, Can't Hear Shit, the revolutionary earbuds designed specifically for those who are tired of straining to catch every word.
Hey, Joe, did you catch what that last guest said about ED?
Sorry, Curtis, I was too busy adjusting my CHS earbuds. But I think they mentioned something about aliens and mojo stealing.
Ah, classic. Thanks, Joe. That's the beauty of CHS. Never miss a beat, even when you can't hear a thing.
With CHS, you'll enjoy crystal clear sound quality, customizable volume levels, and a stylish design that's sure to turn heads.
Plus, with our special discount code, Stand Corrected, listeners can get 10% off their first order of CHS earbuds.
That's right, folks. Don't let FOMO get the best of you. Get your CHS earbuds today and join the conversation with confidence. CHS, hear the world like never before, or at least pretend like you did. Available now at all major retailers.
This next segment brought to you by CHS. Here we go, man. Our dad joke segment. Are you ready?
What? Oh, sorry. I couldn't hear shit for a second there.
Here we go. Which night at the round table was the beefiest?
Which one?
Sir Lloyd.
Why is Cinderella so terrible at soccer?
I forgot why.
She's always running away from the ball.
Oh, that's right. Why don't you ever see giraffes in middle school?
Why is that?
Because they're all in high school.
Nice. How come you can't hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom?
Because you forgot the P.
The P is silent.
Oh, that's what it was. Dang it. Oh, man.
Shit.
That was close. It's close.
Good old dad jokes.
Good old dad jokes. Well, so we did this reveal, right? We've talked about this for weeks coming. And we both finally got our results. We turned them in at the same time. And here we are, dude. So do you want to go ahead and kind of reveal yours first?
Yeah, so I knew I had a little Irish. I figured some German, some European in me. I knew some Native American. But I'm literally a smorgasbord of random stuff from all over the world. I have 29% England and Northwestern Europe.
That's your highest one. So you're more English than you are Irish. You're more Brit.
Yes. Followed by 18% Scottish.
Wow, even more.
16% Irish.
Okay.
10% Indigenous Americas / Mexico.
But that's the Indian culture, right?
It's Indian or Mexican. Mexicans are
okay.
Also have some Indian blood in them.
That's where you get that mustache.
It is. That's why it's so fine and dandy. 10% Spain. 6% Sweden and Denmark.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by 4% France. 3% Norway. 2% Baltic states. 1%, and I think we know which 1% this is, Northern Africa.
Are you really? You're really?
I am.
1%? No.
And then 1% Basque, which is an area in France that has the oldest language in the world. I had to read it up because I don't know where the hell that was.
Snap.
Yeah. Where are you at?
1% North African, dude.
North African. So let's see what that.
Yeah. Can we get a country on that?
Primarily located in Algeria, Libya.
Wow, you're Mauritania, Nigerian?
Morocco, Niger, Tunisia, and the Western Sahara.
I don't know what to say. I didn't know.
I don't either.
I was only joking when I talked about that a couple episodes.
Oh, so was I.
Breathe.
All right, let's hear yours.
I'm turning red. Turning red. All right. Well, I kind of knew what my majority was. I guessed that on the dot. Wasn't North African, I'll tell you that much.
Well, that wasn't my majority either.
I know.
Ding dong.
You're North African in the pants, huh? That Whitefield water didn't kick in. I'm 21% Irish. That's my highest one. Okay. And then from there, I'll go to England and Northwestern Europe. So 17%, I guess, UK, Brit area, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of on the same realm there, basically. And then here's what surprised me: 16% Eastern Europe and Russia. Russian. I didn't know I had any Russian in
Wow.
me, man. I didn't know. That was a big surprise there. So but that also includes like being Polish, Poland, and which I could see that, Southeast Poland.
Right.
And then 12% German. Then I come in with 11% Sweden and Denmark, 10% Baltics, 10% Scotland, and 3% Wales.
Wow.
So, yeah,
You really don't have any Northern African in you.
none at all.
That's too funny.
I mean,
It's interesting on this. If you ever get the app, and you can pay a little bit more and read up on your traits, like
oh yeah,
genetically seeing like what you should be better at. It's very interesting because a lot of it's very true.
well, let's look at that. So I got it too. So you got it, right? Like,
Yeah.
so I got getting stronger. See, and I saw this list somewhere. Where did I see this list? And it said what you would be good at.
Mm-hmm.
So if I click on getting stronger, it suggests your DNA is easy for you to get stronger when you do strength training.
Yep. Mine says the same thing.
What else do you have that's more?
Hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, I got
Mine's
that.
all the way to the best to more likely.
See, and where do you
And
see that at?
then
I don't see that part. It just
So,
mine suggests that I have good hand-eye coordination, but I don't see like a meter on it.
yeah, so mine has like a little bar graph that runs across the side.
Uh-huh. I don't have that. What the heck?
And then, are you doing it on the app?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's weird. And then heat tolerance. I like hot weather, and it's right matches up with that.
Yeah, mine's the same. Holding your breath. I don't like holding my breath. Let's see.
Mine says I shouldn't be good at it, but I am.
Yeah, see, and I just went through an MRI the other day. And so as you go through the MRI, it's like hold your breath, and I'm like, how long am I going to have to hold my breath here? Like, I can't do this.
Right.
And this suggests you can't hold your breath for long periods of time. So, like, it's very uncomfortable. That's probably why I don't like water.
You're probably right. It's got, pain tolerance, performing choreography, quick reflexes, runner's highs, sports techniques. It's very interesting to look at once you get going on it, but it can go through a little bit of a wormhole too, where you just keep going and going and going.
Yeah, so here's a good one. It says I have a low tolerance for pain, so it's calling me a pussy, basically. I don't know about that.
Says for that.
I mean,
pain tolerance. Mine says very likely to have a high pain tolerance.
I don't know. I've whooped your ass a few times. I've seen you crying.
Mine says I'm a tough motherfucker.
Performing choreography. See, this suggests you find it easier to perform choreography. Yeah, that ain't me, buddy. That is not me. But see, then there's...
I can tell you, this one here is not for me. It says that my DNA suggests I experience a runner's high after exercising. That is not true.
Well, it is
at all.
I get a runner's high watching you run, and that's a rare,
I bet you
rare
do.
sight. See, quick reflexes. It says it suggests I have slower reflexes, but that would be wrong because I would have been smacked in the face playing baseball so much having slower reflexes.
Like this one here, desire to succeed. Who the hell doesn't have a desire to succeed?
I mean, there's plenty of people on our streets nowadays holding signs.
Well, that's true.
Let's say, bet you can't hit me with a quarter. See, all right, so you were talking about earlobes. So here's one. So if I click the earlobes one, I get a meter on this one. So it suggests you have unattached earlobes, which is true.
Mm-hmm. Where's that one at?
Oh man, it's down by. Mine's under the cilantro version. If anyone wants to know the cilantro version, it says I enjoy cilantro a lot, which is true. Which I would think you would, being, what were you?
Yeah.
Indigenous American.
Indigenous American.
I'm stereotyping you right now as we speak.
Mine also says
Live.
that I'm an introvert.
You don't agree?
Not really.
You think you're pretty extroverted?
I think
See,
so.
mine says I'm extroverted, but I'm not very extroverted. And this also says I don't enjoy watching sports, which I grew up enjoying watching sports.
Well, this one hit it on the head for me. I'm a night person all the way.
I got that too. Yep. Okay, here's an interesting one. Earwax type. Let's talk about your earwax. Says I have wet earwax. I could see that.
Let me see if I can find that one. Sun sneezing. What the hell is that? Earwax type.
Yeah, let's hear your earwax.
Wet earwax.
Yeah. Would you agree?
I would agree.
All right, hair color. Hair color is right on the dot. It's right below earwax.
Hold on, let me go back.
Suggest you have light hair color, which I do, even though I don't have hair anymore.
Hair color. Suggest you have brown hair and could pass on red hair to children. I know.
That's true.
Couldn't get much more correct than that.
That is very true. Ooh. Let's see. Risk taking. Suggest you take risks. Well, I could see that. More of like a 50-50 guy. Like, are the risks too high?
Right.
Any
Where's
others
that
that
one
stand out to you? Risk taking?
You know, yeah.
It's still a little bit down from
Here it is. See, mine says I don't like to take risks.
I could see that
And
though.
I'm kind of an analyzer though too,
Yeah.
like you.
Yeah. And then if you go down a little bit more, it says above average Johnson. It says well above.
Yeah, we both know that one. It's that one of the picture of a little carrot that says vitamin A, isn't it?
Vitamin D. Vitamin D
find it.
intake.
Here's one. This is what I want to know. Wisdom teeth.
Where's that at?
My DNA suggests at the very bottom that I have developed all 4 of my wisdom teeth, and that's very true.
You never got them pulled?
Nope. They're still all in there and perfectly set.
I don't see that one on mine. I had mine pulled.
Maybe that's why. He knows they're missing.
Nose are missing. I don't see the cleft chin, wisdom. Oh, there it is. Wisdom teeth. Suggest you developed all 4 of your wisdom teeth, which I did. I did develop them, but they said they needed to be pulled. They pulled them, which I think I would have been fine with them. But here's the one that got me. Facial hair fullness. Suggest I have patchier facial hair. You tell me, dude. I got patchier facial hair?
Not really.
Yeah. So, not 100% active. And then it suggests I'm not a picky eater, which kinda 40%, yeah. Oh, you weren't lying. There's the vitamin D intake right there.
Yeah, I mean, you could read this for hours.
Oh, what about the one where it says remembering dreams? Can you remember your dreams? I don't remember my dreams, but it suggests I do.
Oh, maybe 50% of the time.
I'd probably say the same. Finger length. Your DNA suggests your ring finger is longer than your index. Ooh, that's true. What do you got?
I'm looking. Let me see. Trying to find finger length.
Trying to
Cleft
find...
chin. I got a cleft chin.
Yep.
Finger length. I'm likely to have a longer index finger. My index finger is longer than my ring finger, which is very true.
Flat-footedness.
Yep, guaranteed to have a flat foot for me. That's for sure.
That was...
My ancestors did not get me the right package on that one.
I'm just kidding there. I don't see that one. But no, and it's pretty interesting just to see. You know, some people would go, I hear about all the time, they're like, well, you're just giving the government your DNA. But I'm like, I don't got nothing to hide. They can have my DNA.
Right. I haven't murdered anybody in a while.
Like,
so
what do I have to hide? I mean, what do you have to hide? Some people find their lost relatives through this stuff, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
So, well, homie, that's our first season.
There it is.
There it is. Okay.
Season 1.
The best season ever. Quite possibly the best.
Season 1 down the hatch. It's going to be a very interesting November. It's going to be one for the history books.
I'm going to cry so hard and tell everybody I won, even though I really lost. It'll be so rad.
Hopefully I can make it through my debate speech.
I might have to back out because I got so many felonies.
Where's Hunter?
Hunter's in jail. He's in jail too. He's going to join me. We're going to have sharing jail cells right next to each other.
They threw him in the slammer. I can't. They just put him in jail.
Right next
right in the big old pokey.
We're going to share a toilet, okay? It's going to be shit for all. Shit for all.
Well, thanks to everybody that tuned in. Hope you enjoyed our Ancestry DNA reveal. We'll come back with season 2 shortly after a quick break this summer because you and I got some adventures to go on, and we're going to share those adventures, I assume, in season 2 because we got some cool vacations coming up.
I have a feeling it's going to be a summer of content production.
A summer of remembrance.
So, thanks again. Please keep in touch with us on the Facebook pages and the Instagram and all the social media stuff.
All the socials.
You can always go back and listen to any of these conversations if you care to. They'll always be on all your wherever you get your social or your podcasts from.
That it will be.
Until then, we will see you in the fall.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy your summer.
Enjoy your summer, guys.
My pattern's been patterned since Adam's atoms and molecule minuscule to Saturn, Genesis, Saturn's my aorta to see in disorder and it's ordered, disturbing, distorted. I'm just a servant, observing this earth before absorbing this evil course. For sure, we on the path of war, the course of the pale horse, core on the back of the beast, broken seals, evil no more concealed, cause it's rumors of war.
I war with a sword out of mouth like Lord of Lords. You sure you wanna go toe to toe with Masada? I'm a slaughter, you're medulla oblongata. I'm God's daughter, sharp with a word like box cutter. My heart's flooded, these cops gutted, got caught, it's all mudded. It only took a few to spark a fuse, now hate's feud, breaking barriers, fulfilling prophecy, causing mass hysteria.
We don't play, it's time to waste, no time to waste. We call to win this race, no plague or violence will deter my fate. It's time to walk our faith, people don't faint. Last days we don't play, it's time to waste, no time to waste. We call to win this race, no plague or violence will deter my fate. It's time to walk our faith, people don't faint.
Yesterday, tomorrow's nameless today. Judgment day ain't just on the way, it's underway outside of time and space. So if you fighting hate or if you on the side of grace, angels pouring giant bass, license over the United States. And Adonai's creation falling for the lion snake. Now they pull your license plate if you don't like the way they violate your pious neighbors. Promising annihilation if they don't deny the faith. Straight in these final days.
Flow so sick, sorta like COVID, Holy Ghost spit. Murder, he wrote this. Beats, trigger words, killer birds. Diminished third, 2020, vision blurred, cause the Lord's pitching the curve. With a bunch of drama, I'm a conqueror, all of it dope. Watching these giants falling like dominoes, all in a row. I can't harbor these pearls, that's why I'm bombing the world. With an uncommon, ominous, dominant fly.
Last days we don't play, it's time to waste, no time to waste. We call to win this race, no plague or violence will deter my fate. It's time to walk our faith, people don't faint. Last days we don't play, it's time to waste, no time to waste. We call to win this race, no plague or violence will deter my fate. It's time to walk our faith, people don't faint.
Full frame, God body hanging on my armor. Decapitate snakes and the same for the trauma. I'm not afraid to live as a slave to keep my honor. Brave as I'm sent to the grave like a martyr. And I can tell by your facial expression, you and yours ain't been paying attention. Take a look at the book of Revelation. That's prophecy jumping off the pages.
This earth is uncertain, full of perversion, injustice, it worsens, racism, abortion, lack of employment, dirty urban, drug dealing, overdosing, the hatred, the arson, the terrorism, stench of lawlessness, the cataclysm, the great division, the social violence, the sexualism, all divinely permitted. Time is in the hands to bear the nail prints.
Last days we don't play, it's time to waste, no time to waste. We call to win this race, no plague or violence will deter my fate. It's time to walk our faith, people don't faint. Last days we don't play, it's time to waste, no time to waste. We call to win this race, no plague or violence will deter my fate. It's time to walk our faith, people don't faint.
The passive partake of overwhelmed heartbreak. We find you all fake and leave them for the shark bait. Pandemic pestilence overturns excellence. Misinformation disguised as eloquence. Fake news for sale to justify your stance. All we do is diss and we don't wanna dance. We counterpoint the truth and aim for the throat. It becomes a competition of whose life matters
Cada
most.
paso del amanecía al día de la ira de Dios, de la creación divina se aproxima. Toda vida que no se arrodilla quedará en las ruinas. Si respiras y suspiras, salvación está en la esquina. Una semilla de la chila sale esta bocina. Cosechas lo que cultivas, cosa aquí en China. Somos seres con poderes que estamos en guerra. Mi fe en la palabra se aferra, así que nada me aterra.
Last days we don't play, it's time to waste, no time to waste. We call to win this race, no plague or violence will deter my fate. It's time to walk our faith, people don't faint. Last days we don't play, it's time to waste, no time to waste. We call to win this race, no plague or violence will deter my fate. It's time to walk our faith, people don't faint.